A number of priorities. The first priority is to keep the Persian Gulf open to traffic. That has always been a priority of the West. If you think back to the Iran-Iraq war, which I mentioned in the 1970s, when it became clear at the close of that war that Iran might be on the point of winning that war, the Americans intervened directly, and the pretext they gave was for keeping the Gulf open. So the Persian Gulf remains vital to the United States and Britain because of that. Secondly, as well, Britain and the United States very nervous about what can happen in Saudi Arabia. They were frightened by what took place in Bahrain, but they were aware that Saudi Arabia itself is not that stable. Firstly, of course, there is in the east of the country a Shia minority subject to repression, which resents the House of Saud. But there is also the problem, which they are very aware of widespread support among the majority of the Saudi population, or sympathy, shall we say, for Daesh. And Daesh, theologically, is on the same plane in many ways as the House of Saud. But of course, it broke with the House of Saud all the way back in the 1920s, because the House of Saud chose to build an alliance of Britain and then the United States, the state of Saudi Arabia, rather than the wider caliphate which Daesh wanted. And Daesh hate the House of Saud with a vengeance. So the Americans, the British, are concerned, and also because of the tensions and difficulties inside the Saudi royal family, the fact that the oil is not finite, it is going to run out at some stage, the economy, there are problems of unemployment. They are very concerned in particular about what is going to happen in Saudi Arabia. They are also concerned about Yemen, although they're prepared to go along with it, the Saudis on that for the moment. But Yemen strategically still retains an importance given its geographical position at the tip of the peninsula. It wants to ensure security, and it basically wants to retain all those regimes. After all, it was the British that set up all the different emirates and so on in that region. They helped create the House of Saud back in the 1920s. Yes, the House of Saud then cut a deal with Roosevelt, the American president during the Second World War, if you like, jumped ship a bit, but it's very important. And I think something else also has to be added into the mix here. While Saudi Arabia, or at the level of rhetoric, is a sworn enemy of the State of Israel, more connects the State of Israel with Saudi Arabia than, if you like, disconnects it. In particular, the hatred of Iran. And I don't think we can underestimate how much Saudi Arabia fears Iran. It portrays Iran as being the country responsible for all the problems of the region, including Yemen, with little evidence to do that. But it's determined to demonize Iran. Even when the Americans were doing a deal under Obama with Iran, it kept that up. And we know there are contacts between Saudi Arabia and Israel over this, and they share that common agenda.